Imagine a world where the money in your wallet isn't real. Not in the way you think it is. Every coin, every bill, every number in your bank account is part of a system designed to make you chase wealth that doesn't truly exist. Nations rise and fall. Fortunes are made and lost. Yet the real power never shows its face. There's a hidden ledger, quiet, invisibly force that dictates the fate of countries, the prosperity of governments, and the debt of citizens. And most people, busy chasing paper wealth, have no idea it even exists. Today, we're diving into that ledger, a story of money, manipulation, and a system built to benefit a select few while the world unknowingly plays along. To understand the hidden ledger, we have to go back centuries. Money as we know it wasn't always a thing. Ancient societies traded goods and services directly. But as civilizations grew, the need for a universal medium of exchange became urgent. Intercoinage, minted by kings and emperors, which allowed them to consolidate power and control economies. Fast forward to the 17th century, and we meet a pivotal figure. The Dutch banker, Isaac Lemaire. His innovations in early stock trading and credit manipulation set the stage for what would become modern finance. Meanwhile, England's Bank of England, established in 1694, began printing debt-backed currency, promising returns to investors while the real power remained concentrated in the hands of a few elite families and financiers. These early systems were the blueprint, a promise of wealth tied to paper, controlled by invisible hands, and leveraged to maintain control over the population. The hidden ledger began quietly with the creation of debt-based currency. Governments discovered an incredible secret. They didn't need gold or silver to fund wars or infrastructure. They could create money out of nothing, as long as they promised repayment in the future. This is the birth of fractional reserve banking. Banks could lend 10 times more money than they actually held in reserves. Citizens believed they were earning interest on real wealth, but in reality, the ledger was stacking debt against future generations. What seemed like prosperity was really a carefully structured illusion. Key players, central bankers, financiers, and political leaders were now not just issuing money. They were shaping society itself. Every policy, every tax, every war was influenced by this hidden ledger. By the 20th century, the system had evolved. The Federal Reserve, created in 1913, centralized monetary control in the United States, while institutions like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank extended this model globally. Countries borrowing to fund development or to stabilize economies became tied to an invisible set of rules, the ledger S-code. Here's the twist most people never see. When countries fail to pay, or even when they succeed, the same financial elites profit. Debt is never truly repaid. It's a renewable asset. Wars, recessions, inflation, deflation, all of these crises were absorbed and often orchestrated to keep the ledger balanced in favor of the powerful. The 2008 financial crash was a glaring example of this hidden power in action. Millions lost homes, jobs, and life savings. Governments claimed to rescue the economy, but in truth, they rescued the ledger, the banks, the institutions, the very mechanism that created the debt. Citizens absorbed the pain. The ledger remained intact. History shows this pattern repeats. From the Great Depression to the Eurozone debt crisis, the ledger thrives on instability. Each cycle is a lesson in cause and effect. Excessive lending leads to bubbles. Bubbles burst. Public money is used to fix private losses, and the cycle starts again. Attempts to break free from this system or errand usually fail. Governments print more money to stimulate economies, but this creates inflation, which erodes real wealth. Citizens save, invest, and work harder. Yet the ledger's structure ensures that gains are often temporary. Consider Greece. During the Eurozone crisis, a country burdened with debt it didn't fully control faced austerity measures, unemployment, and social unrest. The hidden ledger controlled by global financial institutions determined the outcome, while citizens bore the consequences. Even cryptocurrency, often touted as an escape from centralized control, faces its own hidden hierarchies and speculative manipulation. The lesson is clear. Escaping the ledger isn't as simple as printing your own coin. Today, global debt exceeds $300 trillion, for surpassing the combined GDP of all nations, yet no one is demanding repayment in the traditional sense. Why? Because the ledger profits from perpetual debt. Citizens continue to chase paper wealth, believing in retirement savings, stock markets, and home ownership, while the real wealth is quietly accumulated and controlled by a few. Banks use digital ledgers to track every transaction, every credit line, every debt instrument. AI and algorithms now monitor risk and opportunity in real time. The system has become more invisible and more effective than ever, yet the story is the same. The few benefit, the many chase illusions. Patterns repeat across centuries. Creation of credit, debt, expansion, crises, dilute concentration of wealth. The more things change, the more the ledger stays the same. Debt is the engine of control. The ledger isn't just about money, it's about power. Nations, corporations, and individuals are all part of the same system that rewards those who control the creation of credit. Perceived wealth is often illusion. Your savings, investments, and even property are tied to a larger network of debt. What seems secure may be nothing more than a calculated entry in the ledger. Cycles repeat because the system is designed that way. Crises are not accidents. They are features of the hidden ledger, ensuring the concentration of power and wealth in the hands of a few. The ledger is not visible on any map, yet its influence spans every nation. Citizens chase paper wealth, believing in progress, while invisible hands shape policies, economies, and futures. Awareness is the first step because understanding the system is the only way to navigate it without being consumed by it. If this story made you question what you thought you knew about money, debt, and power, subscribe and hit the bell. Every week, we uncover another layer of the hidden financial world because knowledge isn't just power, it's freedom. And the more you know, the less the ledger controls you.